अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to our today's webinar of Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai presented by the management of Franchise India with an aim to introduce you with a new brand every day at 12 o'clock. For new brands or business opportunities with new brand today also, we are here to introduce you one of our favorite brand related to F&B. Before I introduce you with the brand, let me tell you about the Q&A procedure. If you have any questions during this webinar, please write them into the Q&A window. We'll take up all your questions post this presentation. Today we have the co-founder of Grub Soul, a unique concept of providing quality seafood dishes in multi-cuisine format. We do have Mr. Saurabh, co-founder of Grub Soul, with us today to tell you more about the brand and the franchisee opportunity available in market. With Mr. Saurabh, we do have Mr. Aman Pawar, who's leading this business for franchisees in our Indian market. Aman and Mr. Saurabh, I would like to welcome you on this panel today. And Saurabhji, I would want to request you to please take over from here and share some inputs, your details, and the franchisee business opportunities available for our investors. Over to you, Saurabhji.
Yeah, thanks, Neha. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Saurabh Sarup, and I'm the co-founder of a brand which I'll be talking about in the next half an hour or so, which is called Grub Soul Seafoods. It's a unique concept where, we are bringing multi-cuisine, specialty seafood, to non-coastal areas as the demand of seafood is increasing. It's a very differentiated concept, and I believe it's a very strong opportunity, to take it to market and reach out to more and more customers. So I'll just share my screen with you, and then I'll move over with my presentation. So as I said, this is a brand called Grub Soul Seafoods. Our journey actually started in 2021, where, we kind of launched our first QSR and a dine-in cafe in Delhi NCR region. We started off with a market in South Delhi, which is called SDA market, in front of IIT Delhi. We started with a small takeaway facility, and within the first 6 months, we were able to get phenomenal response, and we started expanding. But before I come to that, I'll cover that later on where we are today. I would just like to let everyone know the why we have actually chosen this field. So there are 3 partners here with 3 co-founders, myself, Saurabh, and there are Anurag and Prabhat, who also will be in the call today. We have been childhood friends, and we have studied together. But we went away different ways. I used to be a corporate, for the last 25 years before I turned an entrepreneur. And Anurag and Prabhat, they have been in the fisheries business way back from 2010, where setting up their own fisheries unit in Andamans in Port Blair, where the entire procurement, cold chain management, and into bulk supplying of quality seafood, not only to Indian market and restaurants, but also working with exporters to taking it across the globe. Our seafood from Port Blair is actually reaching out to Japan, Middle East, and even Americas and Europe. So when we realize that we are actually sitting at source, and the kind of seafood catch that we have, so we actually wanted that why don't we bring this concept to non-coastal areas, because there's a demand of seafood, quality seafood increasing with with the quality of lifestyle, with health benefits that that seafood or fish arrives, and also with people traveling more and more, their exposure to international dishes or dishes which are popular in India, it's there. So there we kind of experimented with a small takeaway outlet based out of SGA market, and we got a phenomenal response in the first 6 months or so, and thereon we kind of moved to a dine-in facility based out of Gurgaon, which is on Golf Course Road, Gurgaon. And it has been about close to an year where we have been operating that, and the response there was actually really astonishing for us. We were able to break even in the first 3 months or so, and the customers have been increasing ever since. People are loving our food. We were able to increase our menu, introduce more and more dishes, right from lobsters to crabs to prawns to different kind of fishes in different cuisines, whether it's being European to Pan Asian to North Indian to South Indian. We have kind of made it a multi-cuisine offering where you can enjoy different specialities of exotic seafood and at value pricing. When I say value pricing, we are not in any ways cheaper than the market, but it's the kind of quality that we are serving. You cannot get that quality at a price anywhere else. For example, if I take a lobster, etc., which I'll cover a little bit later. So, if I just quickly go by the experience, this is Saurabh, myself, Anurag, and Prabhat. Again, I have experience for about 25 years. I'm an engineer, MBA. Have been working into different organizations in sales and marketing roles and P&L roles. So my last assignment was with Samsung, where I was leading their marketing in their mobile division. So I really understand marketing really well. Whereas Anurag and Prabhat, they have been serial entrepreneurs all their life into FMCG distribution, but the last majority of their experience in the last decade and a half has been into seafood processing, and working with the suppliers and, and other things. So, these are the key strengths that we have, industry experience, more than 12 years. We have a large facility where we manage, the quality control and supply of the entire raw material. We have realized in the last 1.5, 2 years where we have been in the market that there is a strong acceptability and demand in market. And not just in metros. I mean, there's a huge opportunity moving down from metros to the nearby places, such as the tier 2 cities. We have a very differentiated model. It's a very different kind of food. Not for everyone's palate, but there are enough customers to actually still make it a big success. And again, we have done extensive data and analysis, what has been working and what not. And we have been making constant corrections basis this data analysis. These are some, pictures. We started with SGA market, as you can see on the left. It's a small, takeaway outlet, but again, a very shack kind of a feel, as if, it feels like you're sitting in Goa. There's one outlet which we are having in Gurgaon, Golf Course Road. Again, a very simplistic, but a very classy and a bare minimum interiors that we have, which actually gives a very, very nice feeling to the customer who is coming to enjoy the food. And we have recently launched, another outlet, again, a dine-in outlet, which is based out of GK1 M Block market. This is about just 2 weeks old, and we have just reached there. And even in the first about 20-25 days, we are getting very, very positive response that people said that we were waiting that you come into a dine-in facility in South Delhi. Some quick brief about market landscape. Indian market, as we all know, is fragmented largely with unorganized players. But recent trends that clearly indicate that customers are moving on to more and more organized brands. And the industry, is growing at a CAGR of about close to 11% or so. Even the seafood takeout market is, anticipated to grow by close to 7% in the next 5 to 10 years. Now Delhi, Bangalore, and Mumbai are the three largest markets, for organized food service. And it's a huge market, collectively pegged at around close to 1 lakh crores. Monthly household spend has increased to about 2,500, which is quite a bit. I mean, if you just see that's a monthly household spend. Trend mainly visible in younger generation. More and more people are eating out, trying different food, because of this new lifestyle, international lifestyle. Everyone has started traveling, so their exposure to different cuisines, new kind of food is growing every day, and hence they are more and more keen to try out new food. And hence that's why where we come in. It's a very differentiated concept that we have. There are multiple restaurants which you can find into Indian cuisine, or you can say Chinese cuisine or Pan Asian cuisine, which is getting popular, but this one is primarily on seafood, and hence we believe that it's a very, very strong differentiated offering that we have. Again, same story, why, because of the growth drivers of urbanization, people wanting to experiment with food, more and more awareness, more and more women moving into professional careers. So basically, husband and wife both are working. So that would mean initially it was just eating out on weekends. Now that's increasing to maybe 2 to 3 to 4 times a week. And hence, it gives an opportunity. They would want to try different food, and hence their seafood again offering comes into play. The franchisee model, the key strengths that we believe we have: the only seafood specialized restaurant, which is serving a multi-cuisine menu. You will find, some places which are, serving seafood cuisine, but, they have, seafood cuisine is just a additional, you can say offering as a part of their expansive menu. They would be again into, vegetarian stuff. They would be again into, chicken and mutton, but we are, only one specializing in seafood. We do have some other offerings, because from a family, you more often than not, you find people who are, do not want to try seafood. So we have offerings which are again for different, chicken maybe or vegetarian, but they are very limited. Again, a significant scale up capability. We have direct sourcing of product, and we ensure that the highest quality stuff. The main reason for success in the last 2 years that we have faced is, when people come and try a seafood, when they realize that the kind of qualities of seafood that we are offering, it's not just directly from purchase from any local mandi or local market. We control the entire cold chain and source. And hence, we are able to maintain the quality, and that quality shows in any cooked dish that we cook. Again, we have a large central facility, so we can ensure that any franchisee that we open, that supply is, clearly opened up for that franchisee as well. We will ensure that the material will reach that particular franchisee in form, and then so it becomes really easy for them. Again, 24/7 accessibility of the franchisee team to guide and support. We have a lot of technology. We are at every passing day, we are introducing more and more software, and to analyze, to work on, so that, we are not able to lose, any customer. Even with the current offering, the restaurants we have just launched a loyalty program, just about last week, where we are trying to get, loyalty points to customers, so that, we ensure that they stick to our restaurant and come back and order more. And again, the kind of experience that we have. There's the overall strategic plan that we have in expand, as a part of our expansion over the next 2 to 3 years, starting with Delhi NCR, moving down to cities which are next to Delhi NCR, maybe a Chandigarh, Ludhiana, because we believe that Punjab and Haryana have a very high propensity of people wanting to eat non-vegetarian food. And then moving to some other cities, around, there are some just, for listing purposes. Over and all, we will be keep refining this list as we move forward. Again, west, we know that Mumbai, Pune, Nasik, these are the places which anyways are more evolved than the north territory, in terms of eating seafood. South, anyways, they are the highest consumers of seafood across the country, and as well as east, they are again after south, they are the highest consumers of seafood consumption. The ideal partner that we are looking for, one thing which we realized, in working for the last 2 years, the location is a very important, parameter while we are selecting a franchisee, because, seafood, as we as we know, is not for everyone's palate. You need to have a right location where you get, a good footfall. So if you are, for example, if you have a regular restaurant, a Mughlai restaurant, a location, you can get people from, every corner of every sphere of life. But for seafood, you will need a place, which is actually in a reasonable, where there is a good footfall going. So we need a partner who has experience of retail markets, who can be able to identify good locations, who has a good local market connect, and and the ability to handle large areas. Also passionate about the food and beverage industry, so that we know that it's a growing brand and it's a huge opportunity to grow this brand in future. Again, these are the three models which we have listed here. Coco is, company owned, company operated, which we are currently running with two of them, and maybe one or two more will want to expand in Delhi territory. So primarily at this point of time, we are looking at a FOFO model, which is a franchisee owned and franchisee operated, with the entire support from the brand and running this operation. It can be a single unit, it can be a multiple unit. In the FOFO model, again, we have two models. One is a dine-in model, which we believe, works very well between a 800 to 1,000 square feet space. Again, in a metro, malls, commercial foods, markets, high streets. We believe that, the investment here, because would start with about 45 lakhs, including everything, the franchisee fee, wherever the entire development of kitchen. A kitchen is a very important part, in a restaurant of our model, because management of quality seafood is really important. So we believe that some the freezers and other material that you need to have to be of a specific quality, so that you can manage your seafood very well. We believe that in a dine-in, you can have a dine-in, takeaway, delivery, all these. 30 to 35 seater, seating can be managed in a 800 to 1,000 square feet area. A reasonably comfortable ambience. If you can see that, we have tried to give a very bluish theme to that, so that one feels that, you are actually sitting near the sea and enjoying a shack view. And, the main revenue would coming from food, beverages, and eventually online orders. The second model would be, a standard takeaway restaurant or a QSR, which is a quick service restaurant. That can be in a commercial food hub, a mall, education hub, wherever you believe that there is a higher footfall. So, for example, in the dine-in restaurant, when it becomes popular, people will still come and come to your place to enjoy your meals. But especially in the QSR facility, it's really important. The location becomes really important, where people are actually coming and kind of discovering your brand. And once they discover your brand and start eating your food, we are very sure that the person will come back. Our retention rate of a customer is close to about 80%. People who have tried us once, there's an 80% chance and probability in the current setup that they will come back and order more from us, because something like this is not available anywhere. So there's no option but to come back to us if he likes a dish. Again, the opportunity is, takeaway and delivery is the main options. But of course, there'll be a small dine-in facility where you can place maybe 8 to 10 chairs. If it's a mall, then of course there's a common seating which can be taken care of. Even if it's a high street, we believe that about 8 to 10 small chairs or a seating of 8 to 10 can be managed, or a maybe standing table as well, where people can stand up. There's some menu for both the different concepts will be slightly different. In a dine-in facility, you can keep your entire menu, where you can keep really some exotic food, like right from lobster to crab to prawns to any new dish which you're trying. But if you're having a takeaway outlet where people expect that the food should be ready in 10 to 15 minutes or maybe earlier, so of course you cannot keep some really exotic dishes, because for that, enjoying those dishes, you actually need to sit and enjoy. But about 60 to 70% menu would be same, and depending on the location, where we go, that can be customized as well, even from the portion size point of view, or even from the particular menu point of view. For example, if we are looking at an educational institute, we know that in an educational institute where students are the main focus, the pricing has to be really more aggressive, and so hence the food bowls will work more, or the quick things would work more. If you are going to a mall, the menu can be customized from that way. These are the standard roles and responsibilities. The brand will be, giving the complete technical support to the outlet. Use the brand name. Help with the site selection facility and everything. Help on with permissions for licenses. Staff selection, staff training, menu planning, supply side. Complete support will come from the brand, and the franchisee has to set up and eventually work with of course, provide the investment and the local marketing activities. They will have to be done by the franchisee, where the brand will be guiding them. The Grub Soul will be guiding you, but the thing will be have to be executed by the franchisee. All approvals, training programs, and the guidelines that the brand or Grub Soul in this case will give will have to be followed by the franchisee from time and again. We believe that the key parameters happens on the key site selection, site design, equipment sourcing, location survey, training, having an operation manual, staff selection, technical support, licenses, and eventually launch marketing, or announce menu innovation, everything, marketing support, coming from the agencies that the brand has. All will be there, helping the, franchisee with new promotion schemes, what has worked, what does not work, constantly strategizing with the franchisee to actually innovate or work with new schemes or new menu requirements till the time success is achieved. And of course, the technical support in. So I think, in a nutshell, that's the entire thing. Neha, anything more if you want me to cover, or is it good enough?
Thank you so much, Saurabh ji. Yeah, Neha, please go ahead.
No, okay, Aman, you can take over. It's okay.
Yeah. So, anybody has any questions regarding the presentation, or any questions you have in your mind?
Aman, you can take questions into Q&A box. There are some questions being asked by our participants, which you can take up from here.
Sure. So please write down in the Q&A box, right, so that we can help you out on the answers that you have in your mind. And definitely we'll get in touch with you. Me and my team will get in touch with you, whomsoever is participated in this webinar, for further feedback and Q&A round, and we can connect you with the brand directly also. Yeah.
So, Aman, do you want me to take some questions? I can read some questions here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So there's a question here that, are you interested in only takeaway? So the answer is no. We are interested in both takeaway as well as a dine-in facility. Both would work for us, depending on the location and what retail outlet we have. We are interested in both. Then again, a university, yes, we are open to universities as well, but the market potential is something which you'll have to see. That is there a good enough market potential? How many students are there? Is it a captive audience who are staying there, who have spending ability? People from all across the country, are they having there in the hostel facility? That is something which we can definitely discuss in the next steps. Again, the next question is, what cities are you targeting, considering it's essentially seafood cuisine, and what potential you see in cities which are not coastal? That's a very good question. Yeah, see, we are actually primarily looking at massifying seafood. Grub Soul Seafoods, the motto that when we started it, that we want to massify seafood. And this will be possible only, in primarily non-coastal areas, because the coastal areas people, they already have access to seafood. It might be some particular type of fish, but depending on the catch, they buy every day and cook it themselves. Even the restaurants there, they do that. So our plan is to actually take these cuisines or this particular cuisine to people who are outside the coastal area. So we believe, like Delhi NCR, if you see where we have started our operations with, is actually a very, very, very difficult market to begin with. where because primarily, people are more interested in chicken and mutton. But, the kind of response that we have got, because, again, the changing lifestyle, people traveling more, people into international cuisines, people are doing takeout, takeaway, or eating out is much way more higher than, before, not just in metros, even in mini metros. Now, even if you go to a city of Lucknow, for example, or a city of, Bhubaneswar, for example, or maybe a Chandigarh, I mean, it's not that people eat just once a week or just over the weekend. People have started eating out on, Mondays as well, Tuesdays as well. That has increased uniform, and hence we believe that the market exists. For example, currently we are looking at Delhi NCR to begin with. We believe that we have left territories of West Delhi open right now. I mean, we believe that there are many people who are coming to our existing outlets in South Delhi and Gurgaon, right from West Delhi and North Delhi to eat their food. So we believe that, there's a big opportunity for someone to actually be there. And the reason we are actually, Grubsoul is reaching out to partners like you, because we cannot handle it ourselves. For our growth, we need partners like you, who can actually open up a restaurant and run it. So it's a win-win for both of us. Particular cities, if you say, yes, Delhi, and Bangalore, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chandigarh, I think everything. We have inquiries even coming from Dehradun, which we are actually evaluating. The people there were very, very confident it will work in Dehradun. So my question to them was, again, can you do a market research, well, whether this type of cuisine will work for you or not? So I'm saying that people are even interested in taking the brand to Dehradun, Mohali, Chandigarh, Jalandhar, etc. The question next is, how will procurement and supply chain work for franchisees? So as I just mentioned in my presentation, one of our sister concerns, the out of two of the partners, they already are running a business based out of Andamans. So Grub Soul is actually procuring the entire raw material from that sister concern, and that will be extended to all the franchises as well. So we will ensure that the entire raw material in terms of seafood will reach directly to your source, whether it's in any city or any area. That we will ensure, because we're already in the business of supplying in bulk to the mandis or the markets. So that will be the biggest strength that we bring to the table. Beyond that, if there are some the other dry store items which the kitchen requires, that we will help you with the list, and that can be locally purchased. This is the guidance that we give you. For example, the veggies, or maybe the other raw material, the spices, the sauces that go with it, that all can be procured locally from you. How will the franchisee help in spreading brand awareness? Because we have started our social media marketing in a very, very strong way in the last 2 months or so. We have been covered by at least 3 to 5 food bloggers. Just yesterday, I was just want to say, we won an award. There were some awards, by a foodie group called Big F Awards, and we won our award in the best new restaurant category in Gurgaon. That was last evening. So, I myself took the award on behalf of Grub Soul, and it was presented to me by, one of the master chef judges called Chef Kunal Kapoor. It was a very proud moment for me that, just by existence, we are in existence for 1.5 years now, and we got a really big award competing with really, really big brands. So we believe that, they also felt, and when I went and spoke to Chef Kunal Kapoor, and I was very pleasantly surprised to see that he knew about us. He said that, I will be soon be visiting your outlet, and you already are making waves across Delhi NCR, that, the kind of food that you're serving. And so social media marketing, reaching out through bloggers, word of mouth, that all we have already a template in place. And wherever the franchisee opens, that template will be passed to them. We will guide and advise them how to go about it. At a brand level, it's already happening, but at an outlet level, it has to be extended in some form. The question, are we looking at Mumbai? Actually, right now, we are more interested in Delhi. But Mumbai, we can definitely look if someone is interested in a master franchisee. That's something that, Aman and team will take a call on. Currently, we are only in, saltwater fish, because that's the biggest edge that we bring. Freshwater fish availability is still there, in all the areas. But because of the biggest story that we are able to sell or to convince customers to try our food is that the source is our own. So even if a franchisee is there, you can confidently say to the customer that, it's our own produce. I mean, we are working with the fishermen and it's our own produce. So it's not that we are buying it from the market. So you can definitely trust any particular product that you have. I mean, even with starting from prawns to lobsters to crabs to, white snapper, halibut, kingfish, whatever we have, most of it is about 70 to 80% is coming from Andamans, and the remaining 20 to 30% is actually we are working with other big sources based out of Chennai, Cochin, Trivandrum. So, but because of being in this trade for so long, we are working with them and maintaining the same quality checks. So for a franchisee, it will not be a challenge at all, because basis the products that we select to place in that franchisee, that product's raw material will be reaching directly to them. The frequency can be decided depending the demand. It can be at a weekly level. It can be at a 3-day level. Break-even period, we believe, would be between 18 months in a takeaway facility in a small QSR, and about 22 to 24 months in what do you say? If you say a break-even, I think break-even would, we believe, if you believe that I'm not saying break even.
No, you are right at your point. You are right.
I'm right.
As per takeaway and dining.
So 22 to 24 months would be a dining facility.
Yeah.
Question is where the first restaurant started. We started off with SJ Market in near IIT Delhi. That was in 2021. So although we moved away from that now, I mean, we moved to GK in a dining facility now. So currently we are having one facility in GK1 M Block Market, a dining facility which is just about close to a month old. In Gurgaon we are about 1 year old, and we are also starting another facility in a food court in Vasant Gojin Promenade Mall. So we are going there as well. We should be operational in about a month. So we will be from a, you can say, COCO model where company owned, company operated. We'll be 3 by about October end or so.
Okay.
There is another Q&A for Jhajjar University and Jhajjar area. So, are we looking for that area also? Or?
Yeah, definitely. So we can explore. That's what I said. So depending on what is the student population in a particular, does he have a particular university in mind? Or I mean, depending on the student population there, we can definitely have a conversation.
All right. Okay, good to go. Yeah.
There was a question again, I think, any smaller unit available for tier 2 cities. Again, yes, depending on, I mean, for a tier 2, we would want to do a research first, that depending on, which city it is
Right.
for it. So depending on that only, I mean, we'll be able to take a call that whether, you believe that, seafood will be a success in that particular area.
Yeah, so let us, follow up with the, people who participated, and let us, conclude the locations and, particular cities they are looking for. And then we can, connect with you accordingly, right?
Yeah. So I think there's one other question. Same formalities for COCO and FOFO model. Yeah, pretty much the same formalities. Even for FOFO, again, you have to have a kitchen, and if you say about the particular government licenses, if there's a seating restaurant, dining restaurant, the licenses there are way higher. The license, the formalities, licensing, there are about 4 to 5 licenses which can be done. And if you're a takeaway, if you're in a mall or if you're on a high street, depending on that, the formalities differ. There's a food license, there is a pollution license, DPCC, especially in Delhi. There's a trade license, there is a police eatery license. So depending on this place you choose, the brand will completely guide you on that. There's a very interesting question which has come, that how is the freshness of seafood maintained and what could be the shelf life? Yes. So I mean, that is again a strength that we have. So since our seafood is coming from, most of the seafood is coming from Port Blair and Andamans, what happens, the process that goes is, the fishermen actually, do their fishing mainly in the night time. And say by 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, the boats reach the dock, and that seafood is actually coming to our facility, whatever we procure from them. And within the next 4 hours, that seafood is, crystallized and blast frozen and taken down to -30, so that, the entire juices, are maintained. And then maintaining that cold chain, we do the transportation either, depending on, the quantity. It can be air shipment as well. It can be road transport as well. And then it reaches the, different warehouses across the country. And from there, it starts going to the retail locations. The shelf life, frozen seafood shelf life actually is minimum an year. So the wastage becomes almost negligible if the seafood is handled well. So, for example, a freshwater fish or a chilled fish, the life would be 2 to 3 days. Here, it will be again stored. So even when we get it to our facility, we ensure that the cold chain is maintained at -20. The entire material is stored at -20. Whatever basis the requirement, our kitchen staff works on it. That is thawed in a particular way. So the really important mechanism here is, how do you thaw the fish? So that we teach, and then it is as good as fresh. So no one is ever able to say that, sitting in a non-coastal area, our prawns and lobsters taste as good as, it would happen. And the entire Western world works on this philosophy. They work on, frozen seafood is only. So it's, the wastage can be really controlled at the kitchen level and at that level. What is the major cooking style and cuisine you offer? Again, as I said, multi-cuisine, right from European to, Pan-Asian, which is Chinese and a Thai and a Malaysian, to North Indian to South Indian. So we are a combination. That's why we are calling ourselves bistro or a cafe, where, we have options of, different, cuisines of the world, right from India to this and that. And that's why we are appealing to customers. So they're not expecting just regional cuisines. They're expecting anything. All kinds of, really good seafood, which we keep on innovating from time and again.
All right. Yeah. Please, Saurabh, if you want to say something.
Yeah, so I said one more question was there, from ROI and royalty. I think Aman, I miscommunicated. So ROI happens in 18 months to 24 months. In 18 months in terms of, QSR, and about 22 to 24 months in terms of
Fine dine, casual
dining. So break even would be much earlier. So the first question was break even. That was much earlier. Depending on, the space and the rentals and its other operational costs, a break even, we believe, can happen in the first 6 months itself. And another question would be a royalty. I think royalty again would be 3 lakhs for a QSR and about 5 lakhs for a dine-in facility.
Mr. Saurabh, that is the franchise fee. They are talking about the royalty on the sales monthly that you'll charge.
Oh, so that was 7%. That's 7%.
Yeah, 7%. Yeah. So takeaway model franchise fee is 3 lakh plus GST, and for casual dining it's 5 lakh plus GST, and 7% is the royalty on per month sales.
Yes. Thanks for correcting me.
Yeah. And all the supplies and everything of the raw, material will be from your end, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mainly in terms of, the raw material of the meat product, the seafood.
Yeah, meat product. Seafood.
Rest all we will guide the franchisee, in terms of what all to be procured, and that can be done sourced locally.
And just update about the training also. That's the only thing which is, not there in the discussion. So training part is there.
Yeah. So entire training of, will be provided by us, right? In terms of, mainly the, sharing of the recipes and training the chefs to actually work on it. That will be entirely facilitated by the brand.
Right. Procurement of seafood also, like how they're going to
procurement of seafood also. Yes,
management
absolutely.
of seafood. Yeah.
So basically we will ensure that, that raw material will reach the franchisee partner's kitchen from our end, and depending on the time, As I told you, the frequency of orders can be decided over a period of time, depending on the demand. It can be at a 2-day level, it can be a 5-day level, it can be a 10-day level, and that can be stored. So, I mean, we will ensure that, the cold chain is maintained and it reaches the franchisees' doors. And from there, they will have to take charge, where again, we will train them on how to handle the seafood. The staff has to be clearly trained on how to be handling the seafood. And in terms of training, if it's Delhi NCR, we can ensure that, the particular staff who is hired during the fit out time, that staff actually can come to work one of our restaurants. I mean, that they can work there. They can completely have a hands-on training. And then once the franchise is open, they can move to their actual franchise. And even there, I think for the first 2 to 3 weeks, we will completely handhold on how things are moving.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Saurabh. Thanks a lot for joining us today. Thanks a lot, Aman, for joining us. So you're coming back again in our BFS, the evening BFS, which we are doing today. So,
Yes.
and congratulations, because this is the first outlet you're doing right now, and you are open for the expansion with a beautiful concept. So all the very best for your future prospects. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Mr. Saurabh. Thanks, Neha.
Sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can stop sharing your screen because I'll have to share one. So guys, thanks a lot, the participants who have joined us today. Thank you so much for joining us on this day. I am sure the brand and the details we have shared with you are going to benefit you in choosing the right option for your business. And that's not limited to it. Tomorrow we are coming back with, a different brand, Karga India, which is a brand into, premium leather accessories. I'm going to share the screen with you all to just see this brand, which will give you more idea about the brand and the prospect as well. So Karga India is into leather accessories and leather bags, basically into the accessories, I would say, because they're more into accessories and the leather things. Then they are using only green leathers. That's the best part and the unique thing which they are doing. So it's a premium brand of leather bags, as I mentioned, and accessories by Indian artisans. So tomorrow, sharp 12, we are coming up with this brand to tell you the business opportunities available in market. Apart this, if we talk about today evening, again, we do have our BFS, which is Bharat Franchisee Show, which we keep doing, every day, but for 10 days or sometimes 8 days. But yes, this month we are doing it for 8 days. Our Ganesh Chaturthi special week is going on. So I would request you to please join. I have already shared the link here in the chat window. You can register on the given link, because today the categories we are covering are the startup category. It is our startup special day, 18 September, 7 p.m. You know the timings. The people who are joining us on regular basis, they know the timings. So today we are going to discuss about the business opportunities available with startup businesses, the brands they have recently started up. So I wish to see you over there, and I hope you have registered yourself with the link I have shared in the chat window. So thanks a lot for joining us today.